Whoever's up first.
So Trent, both Michigan and Indiana are thought of as kind of big man-oriented teams. From your perspective, do you have a better matchup with either one of them?
I mean, they're both two really good basketball teams. Obviously, with size, they challenge us on that in that area, especially on the glass. But I mean, I don't really think it matters at this point. I mean, this is a Big Ten tournament. Everyone's fighting for their life to get to the final day. So it's going to be a bloodbath, a 12-round fight, for 40 minutes, whoever we play.
Does that mean you don't have a personal preference about which it is?
No, I don't.
Thanks, man. Congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
Hey, Trent, last week when we were speaking with Coach Underwood, and I guess you seniors as well, a few times it was mentioned that you guys kind of went into the Big Ten tournament with an extra edge, wanting to prove that you maybe felt slighted with what happened with the Big Ten regular season championship a year ago. Going into the Big Ten tournament this year, is it a similar mindset or is it a little bit different? Or I guess, can you just describe the team's mindset overall?
Of course. I think we have to have that edge going into the tournament. As you can see this year, we've been in a lot of dog fights, late in the season. Everyone, we're everyone's Super Bowl, so, everyone wants to beat us. So we just got to have the mindset to go into this tournament, where, we're playing, with a target on our back and everyone wants to get us. So, like I said, just having that mindset of just having that edge going in the tournament, feeling like, we still, I would say underrated, I guess, and don't get enough props, but we just got to be mentally focused, and be really, really hungry, in every game.
You mentioned that you guys feel like you're maybe a little bit underrated or maybe going unnoticed. Do you guys like that? Do you feel like that helps you carry a chip on your shoulder or play with an angry energy when you're on the court?
Of course. I think it's a good thing. I think it wakes everyone up. It gives everyone a different edge, going into the game. But I mean, also, we're still everyone's, Super Bowl game. Everyone wants to come and beat us every time they see us. So, I mean, like I said, we really just have to be mentally focused for, 40 minutes every game. Well, especially just Thursday, Friday opening up against whoever, on knowing that, we're going to get that team's best shot despite, whatever happened in the regular season. This is a different, situation, and we know that we have to be mentally focused.
Thanks, Trent.
Good morning, Trent. Second team, all Big Ten. For you to get that, what's that mean to you, and does it mean anything more in your final year here at Illinois?
It means a lot. I've always thought I was kind of, pushed to the side, despite, everything that's been going on. You guys know I don't really try to get into awards, really. I really wanted the Defensive Player of the Year award. That was my main goal. The second team really didn't excite me as much as, winning the other award. But, it's a huge accomplishment. It goes to show, how hard I've worked and, well-deserved. And, I'm really just focused on, Friday and, making sure, this team is, ready to go.
I know you touched on this a little bit on Sunday, but after such an emotional game, an emotional scene, how do you guys turn the page going into Indy?
We've been turning the page since Monday. Once we came back in oven, page was turned. 0-0, new season. We know it's when to go home now. So despite anything that happened in the regular season, it's a different season now. Like I said before, everybody's coming for our necks. We know we're everybody's Super Bowl game. And we just got to be mentally ready for that and take on the challenge of, just being, us and being poised for 40 minutes and just going out there and competing.
Thanks, Trent. Appreciate it.
Hey, Trent, about a month ago, we didn't know what you guys would get out of Coleman, Hawkins, and Cabello. What have they given you down the stretch here?
I think they just gave us a boost, offensively. Bello's finding his groove. His confidence, he's working off all the dust that, he hasn't, that he had, not being a part of this team for months. But like I said, also Coleman playing with a lot of different edge. His confidence is through the roof right now. And, that's just what it's all about. That's what our season's been about. Next man up. And those two guys stepped up big time for us. And, I think we're peaking at the right time, especially just getting adding those two guys to, where we are headed. And I think it's going to be really, really good for us.
And obviously those guys' roles might be different than what they thought at the beginning of the year. What do you think it says about them, the program, you guys, that they've kind of seemingly bought into maybe different roles?
Oh, it means a lot to see, how they bought in. Obviously their mindset, especially Bello, him being a preseason All-American, Coleman, is probably could be one of the best players in his league. But just to see, how they've changed their roles to buy into what coach want, to do whatever to help his team win is very important. Like I said, it's nice to have them, peak at this time, especially going into Big Ten tournament. It's going to make this team really, unique, and it brings a different dynamic, to different lineups and roles on this team.
Thanks, Trent. Appreciate it.
Hey, Trent, you guys obviously had really high expectations for yourselves as a team during the regular season. Now, turning to the postseason, do you guys as a team have greater expectations for yourselves? Do you feel that from the outside? And if so, how do you kind of deal with that in this type of win or go home kind of season?
I think it just comes with experience. From me, just playing for 5 years now. I think the most pressure I've had, it was last year playing with Ayo. It was, the level he played at, and his focus around this time was incredible. And I think, to be able to be a part of that and get through that with him kind of just, leveled me, at a time right now where I can just be focused. Pressure doesn't really bother me, at this time because of that in my experience. But as a team, I think, like I said, I think the biggest thing is just us going in with a level head, just knowing that everyone's coming for us and we know that we're going to have a target on our back. We just got to be ready to accept that and take on the challenge to, go out there and just be us and, just get the job done.
And with the regular season now put to bed, do you kind of look back and how do you best sum it up with all the injuries and the COVID and everything now that, you guys are the number one seed going into the tournament and kind of where you want to be at this point?
Like I said, our season was unique. Like I said, with injuries, COVID, guys being suspended, we really didn't get our whole team and play a game with our whole team until second semester, which is insane to me. But just there and see how well we immediately, tighten up our group together for us to get to this point is incredible. And it goes to show, how much we care about each other. We all have the same mindset, same goal to, to win. And like I said, I'm glad we're peaking at the right time, heading into the tournament Friday. And I think it's very important, that we continue to just, stay together.
Thanks, Trent.
Do you feel like there are any similarities, Trent, maybe between this time last year and now? Maybe just how you feel like the team is playing, or maybe kind of the vibe around the team? Anything you can maybe compare to?
Nah, not necessarily. I think there were 2 different seasons, especially with COVID. These are by far 2 different, seasons. That I couldn't really find any similarities. As far as, everyone having the same mindset, same goal, wanting to go into every game and win, and just playing hard for one another. That's as far as I can, see. But as far as season-wise, I would say last year and this year are 2 differently two different seasons.
All right. Thanks, Trent.
Trent, you mentioned that the season's been unique, obviously, with suspensions, injuries, and not having the team until the second half of the semester or the second semester. But you find yourself, winning the Big Ten Conference, a share of the Big Ten title, being the number one seed into the Big Ten tournament. What aspect of the team or who on the team, after losing Io, allowed you guys by the end of the season to almost eclipse, if not, be at the same level of the team in terms of success that you were last year?
I think it just comes with experience. I mean, having a lot of core guys back, basically our whole starting five back, was important for this team. Bringing Kofi back, having Jake, having Monte, having Bello. I think it's important because you have, older guys who's been through it, been in those situations. Like I said, had experience last year in the tournaments and know what it takes, to win, and knowing you got to compete at a high level, to win. So, but I think the biggest thing for us was our freshmen, really buying in, having that confidence in themselves, and coming to practice every day, pushing us, and just competing hard, and just biggest thing, just mentally staying dialed in. Like I said, it was a next man up mentality season, and they've all been ready every time their name was called, and stepped up, and they've been huge for us. So I think that was really key goal for this team, on us excelling, in our season. But I think it was really just having our younger guys have the confidence to step up and make plays for us.
All right, thank you, Trent.
Trent, kind of on a similar theme, it seems like you guys have played almost kind of every possible lineup imaginable with all these kind of injuries and COVID. I guess having to play in so many different ways, does that lend itself to any advantages this time of year?
For sure. I mean, teams don't really prepare for, the different lineups we throw at people. Like I said before, it's the freshmen. It kind of gives us a different look, because they're playing well. They're always ready when their name is called. But I think it just makes it challenging for other, coaches to scout us because of our different lineups. We go small, we go, big sometimes. We play with three guards. So just giving, teams different looks, makes us, difficult to, guard.
Thanks, Trent.
Okay, we'll let that.